It is with pleasure that I would like to present to you the Norway House Cree Nation Economic Development Strategic Plan. A strategic plan identifies priorities for economic growth of our nation. It facilitates collaboration between multiple Norway House departments, increases the ability to keep the community informed on progress, and decreases the time and resources required to see projects to completion. Norway House Cree Nation membership, staff, and leadership all contributed to the development of the strategic plan. As part of this plan, we have an exciting number of projects that will be completed with a higher degree of efficiency and communication, including a new business center in Norway House, the major capital purchase of a building on Taylor Avenue in Winnipeg, joint ventures, and much more. I want to encourage the membership of the Norway House Cree Nation to review the economic development strategy and follow our regular progress updates. Building a strong economy requires the dedication, engagement, and hard work of each and every community member. As a nation, we can work together to build a strong economy that results in a healthy community. Egosani, and thank you, Chief and Council of Norway House Cree Nation.
This strategy is about providing more opportunities for Norway House Cree Nation. It is our hope that we can increase revenues to the Cree Nation through creating performance improvement plans, support entrepreneurship through an entrepreneurship program, provide housing-related solutions, increase employment through partnerships and other exciting projects. Overall, this plan is about developing our nation into a strong, healthy, economically self-sufficient nation.
Hi everyone, my name is Jim Thunder and I'm the Director of Economic Development for Norway House Cree Nation. And today we are really happy to present our new 5-year Economic Development Strategic Plan. This strategic plan is the result of over a year's worth of work and collaboration between different departments, leaders within Norway House, and those who have been doing economic development work with us for quite some time. So the Economic Development Strategic Plan is based off 5 different goals. Each goal will have related projects, and each project will have a project lead, a related committee, and so on. The benefit of having this strategic plan is that it's going to foster collaboration between different departments and the myriad of different staff and contractors who are working on economic development projects for Norway House. It's also going to allow us to be able to report on progress to the community as a whole. As a result of the development of the strategic plan, we now have a mission and a vision statement for economic development for Norway House. And the mission statement is as follows. Norway House Cree Nation Economic Development's mandate is to drive economic activity for Norway House Cree Nation and its members by finding, developing, and overseeing opportunities to enable economic independence, active participation in Manitoba's economy, and a thriving local economy. Our vision is to become the economic hub of the North. In 5 years, Norway House will have developed enabling infrastructure, grown our local economy and skilled workforce, and improved community well-being, resilience, and prosperity through economic development. In addition to having a mission and vision statement, we also have a series of values that have shaped the strategy, but also will shape the execution of the strategy. And the first one is community first.
Prioritizing the need for healing and building a healthy and prosperous community for members living on and off reserve.
The second is language and culture. We're going to ensure that the language, the culture, and the values of the community are honored and respected in everything that we do. And that includes respect for the land and the environment. Working together, we are going to build an expectation of collaboration both within the community and with our partners. Foster trust. We are going to be accountable, fair, consistent, and transparent in all the work that we do. And we're going to commit to acting in integrity with all we do.
Leadership and reconciliation. So we're going to lead with a long-term focus on capacity building and positive change that's informed by our history of colonialism and the urgent need for reconciliation.
Business excellence. we're going to operate all businesses with effective business practices in order to optimize performance and to create an effective Indigenous economy. What are the goals of the strategic plan? So the strategic plan has 5 goals. The first is to create a skilled professional workforce. And this involves looking at all the different employees that work for Norway House across all different departments, look at existing employees, new employees, and creating a plan to optimize the workforce so that each person can contribute to their highest potential. Next is a strong local economy and increasing own source revenue. So the idea here is to help Norway House Cree Nation develop their existing businesses and also to develop new ones. And this means looking at entrepreneurs, giving them that support and helping them to take off and to make their business the most effective version that they can be. It also involves looking at the existing entities that are owned by Norway House and looking at how we can increase revenues that flow back for the benefit of Norway House Cree Nation. The third goal is enabling infrastructure. In order to create a strong economy in Norway House, there needs to be upgrades in existing infrastructure. So this could be looking at different buildings, this could be looking at internet and connectivity, and a number of other potential projects. So this goal is to look at the infrastructure that we need over the next 5 years and make a plan to actualize the most improvements possible within the 5-year period. Improved community well-being and resilience. A strong economy requires a healthy community, and a healthy community will lead to a stronger economy. So the goal here is to contribute to healing and facilitate the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being of all our community members as we execute our economic development projects. And finally, to be established as the hub of the North. So this involves looking at the regional population and looking at how the geographic location of Norway House can lend itself to becoming the hub of the North. So this involves attracting investments, building partnerships, or finding ways to provide services to this regional geographic area. So what strategies will we use to be successful? First, we're going to have clear, well-defined economic development systems and structures. So second, collaboration and partnerships. So we're going to be actively looking for partnerships and synergies between academia, industry, the private sector, and so on. Third, we're going to have proactive government relations. We're going to look at building and fostering relationships strategically with multiple levels of government. Fourth, enabling infrastructure. What infrastructure is most necessary and has the highest need for building up economic development in Norway House? Fifth, communication and engagement. We're going to prioritize communication with the community and with every major stakeholder in all projects related to economic development. I'd like to talk about the process that we use to create the strategic plan. It started off with an initial meeting between Rob Campbell from MNP and Chief Larson Anderson. From there, another meeting took place to define the scope of the strategic planning work.
Next, MNP and Norway House Cree Nation conducted a socioeconomic analysis. What is a socioeconomic analysis? A socioeconomic analysis is a study of how social and economic factors interact with each other and how it affects people's lives. It involves examining how economic conditions and policies impact various social factors like the history of the community, income, health, education and field of study, employment, housing, and living standards.
Internal and external interviews were completed with staff, contractors, and external contractors working on economic development projects for Norway House. The interviews gathered data to inform the strategy.
On August 30th, 2022, we've held our first community meeting. It was announced on our local radio and also on Facebook. It was likely attended, but we got some great ideas that we implemented into the strategy. We plan on hosting additional community meetings throughout the 5-year plan.
In the beginning of 2023, we conducted a strategic planning session in KNSLCP with Chief and Council, senior leadership, and our economic development team. The session was built off of the research from the previous stages of the overall project.
On April 4th, 2023, a draft strategy based on the strategic planning session was presented to Norway House Cree Nation's Chief and Council by MNP and Norway House Cree Nation's Economic Development. A motion was passed to approve the implementation of the strategy over the next 5 years.
Now that the strategy is complete, the next step is to create an execution plan. The execution plan is already underway, and among other things, it will involve identifying major projects that we're prioritizing related to each goal, identifying project leads for each project, the formation of committees related to each project, and the identification of project management methodology, tools, and resources that will ensure that each project is completed on time, on budget, with the required resources, and that a communication plan is in place to make sure that the community and all relevant stakeholders are updated on progress as we progress. We want to encourage everybody to review the 5-year Economic Development Strategic Plan and to get involved and engaged, just to think about how the Economic Development Plan fits each individual person. A strong economy requires the entire community to get involved and to see how they can contribute to reaching these goals for the community. So this is our 5-year Economic Development Strategic Plan. For further information, please follow Norway House Cree Nation's Economic Development Facebook page or email us at ecdev@nhcn.ca. Egazé.